Hello, hello, hello. This is Dr. Bad Vibes, and I have Florida news. But this time, it's not Florida man, it's Florida woman, because we're all about equal opportunity here, and everybody needs somebody. So let's see what Florida woman was up to. And real quick, just before I switch the view here, which is on Law and Crime's website, I did notice that the headline changes when I do the reader mode, which, if you're not familiar with, just a side note, most web browsers have a thing called reader mode. So it'll pull the text from the article. You may have seen me do this in other videos, just a heads up. And because some of these sites are just unusable. There are so many ads. Daily Mail's pretty bad. There's some other ones, like local news stations seem to be the absolute worst. But anyways, I wanted to leave this one up just for a second because the headline changes. The original one you see without reader mode is called the guy a B-word and whacked him. So, interesting choice. But let's turn on the no frills, no ad mode so I can actually read this. And it just shortens it to whacked him. Cool. Anyways, Florida woman split a man's face open with a Pringles can at a 7-Eleven. So my immediate biggest fear is once she's popped, can she be stopped? I hope so. But it sounds like she was arrested. She was recently arrested in Florida after attacking a man with a can of Pringles and possibly causing him permanent disfigurement, law enforcement in the Sunshine State say. So I haven't had Pringles in a long time. In fact, most of my memories are from like the 80s and 90s, probably, when the cans were more substantial. Unless they've changed, I don't see how that's possible. Unless, I don't know. It seemed like the really old cans were like more, I mean, they were all, I think they're always cardboard, but they're really thick. And I think they had like aluminum edges. Maybe you could unfold those, which I don't think she premeditated it to that degree. It's just crazy. Like how did a can of Pringles pop a person? I'm saying this as I haven't had Pringles in forever. I popped and I did manage to stop. I guess it's like a soda can when you open it. So maybe the top aluminum part's so thick that she was able to do some damage, I guess. I don't know. I'm not the Pringles forensic man. I'm just confused. The 28-year-old woman stands accused of 1 count of aggravated battery, according to the Orange County Sheriff's Office. The incident occurred on Thursday at a 7-Eleven on International Drive in Orlando. A deputy arrived in response to a call about a physical fight at the convenience store, the court document says. The victim, a man, told the deputy that a male approached him and made a comment to him about his vehicle, according to the affidavit. Then, inside the store, the victim asked the defendant if she was with the man who inquired about his vehicle. And then, somewhat abruptly, the narrative accounts for violence. The victim stated that she eventually struck him in the eye with a Pringles chip can and took off running. While speaking with the victim, I observed the victim had a significant cut on his right eyebrow and below his eye, causing him to bleed. Man, it's like a friggin' samurai injury. Like, just looked like some cool anime characters. Like, how'd that happen? He's like, Pringles. The cut looked significant and appeared it would leave a scar and permanent disfigurement. If you're familiar with One Piece, I want this guy to come back for revenge, holding like 2 Pringles cans, one in each hand and then one in his mouth, and just attack everybody. So later, law enforcement caught up with the woman. The victim identified her as the alleged culprit. She was detained and brought back to the scene of the crime, authorities say, and I asked what happened. She advised me that while inside the 7-Eleven, he was saying rude things to her and being disrespectful, so why not slash somebody open? That'll teach him some respect. She said the victim at one point called her a C-word. Okay, well, that escalated. She admitted due to the victim being rude to her that she hit him. I don't know if that quite required a Pringles can, but man, just be cool to each other. Bill and Ted, they made it simple. As I pulled up to the 7-Eleven, there was a guy sitting outside, and as I got out the car, he said something under his breath, so I ignored him and walked into the 7-Eleven. The victim told the deputy. As I was standing in line, there was a young lady in front of me talking to the cashier. She seemed like she'd been drinking. So she stood to the side, and I was about to pay for my drink, and I asked if she knew the guy outside. And the victim said that she turned around and hit me in my eye and above my eye with a Pringles chip can and split my brow above my eye. How many times can we say eye? A 7-Eleven employee subsequently vouched for the victim's version. A male customer got hit in the head by a can of Pringles, the employee told the deputy. All the guy was doing was informing me of another male customer that was laying down on the side of the building. The female called the guy a B word and whacked him with the Pringles can, which literally went flying down one of the aisles. I want to see this Pringles can. Was it engineered with like some magic metal or cardboard? The male customer's eyebrow was split open. The deputy said the defendant was eventually found with a can of Pringles on her person. Wait, so she hit the guy so hard with the Pringles can, went flying across the store, but she still made sure she got it because obviously she had a popping problem that could not be stopped. Let's see. Due to not having immediate access to the cameras, she was not charged with the petty theft due to the lack of evidence at the time of arrest. And the defendant was arrested that same day. And that is a wild, wild story. I don't think there's any video of this. Well, I guess not because the camera was not working. But wow. So, yeah, Pringles. There's more danger than just getting your hand stuck in the tube. You know, sometimes you just gotta let those bottom chips go, and don't hit people with the can. Don't split their face open with Pringles. Be classy, like the little mustache cartoon man on the container. All right, well, that was wild. Bye.